The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is a single-player role-playing game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks, the same company behind other great games like Fallout 3 and Dishonored. It is the fifth installment in the Elder Scrolls game series and was released on November 11, 2011 for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Sorry, Nintendo fans. The game takes the tone of an action-adventure RPG and the looks of a first-person shooter and blends them seamlessly into a game that received Game of the Year awards from multiple publications. The setting of the game occurs 200 years since the events of the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, and it is now the Fourth Era, year 201. The High King of Skyrim has been killed, and the threat of a civil war looms over the land of Skyrim. One side wishes to secede from the cumbering empire, while the other wishes to remain a part of it, believing that it is still worth fighting for. On top of this is the return of the dragons under the game's main antagonist, the great dragon Alduin. You enter the game as the prophesied Dragonborn, gifted with the power to absorb dragon souls and use their power against them. You can choose to follow the main story quests with the option of, at any time, branching off into any side quest that catches your fancy. The way the game progresses is entirely up to you and does not require you to do any specific quests. The game features a vast and beautiful open world with dozens of villages, cities, mountains, snowy tundras, pine forests, vast countrysides, and Arctic plains to explore. Although there are only 9 major cities within the province of Skyrim, they are all complemented with smaller townships dotted through the land, with huge swaths of wilderness separating them all. On top of all this, there are also over 150 different dungeons scattered across Skyrim that host many hidden treasures and secrets. Horses are an invaluable resource when it comes to traveling through Skyrim. They can also be used in combat and are helpful in making speedy strikes against larger opponents. When you combat on foot and your horse is nearby, he will even join in and try to stop your opponent to death. Fast traveling is also a returning feature, allowing the player to instantly travel to any marked location that has been previously visited. Every peaceful character you come across in your journeys can be engaged in fully voice-acted conversations and give you important information or new quests. The amount of character customization in this game is massive. You can choose from one of the 10 different races of Tamriel: Imperials, Nords, Red Guards, Bretons, Dunmar, Altmar, Bothmar, Orismar, Khajiit, and the Argonians. Other options include gender, body physique, hairstyles, scars, war paint, and many other unique options. A variety of creatures populate the countryside of Skyrim alongside your regular domestic and farm animals. Just a few of these being wolves, saber-toothed cats, mammoths, hag-ravens, giants, trolls, goblins, werewolves, the undead Draugr, and many more. Some of these creatures can sometimes be friendly, while others quite violent. You should always be careful in your dealings with them. The amount of work that developers put into making their world feel real through the lore and history is incredible. There are literally hundreds of books scattered throughout the world that contain histories, stories, and knowledge regarding the world and its inhabitants. There are hundreds of different types of armor and weapons in Skyrim, and you can freely choose what to wear and use. You can find this equipment in dungeons, purchase it from city vendors, take it off defeated foes, or just make your own at your local blacksmith's forge. After doing so, you can also improve each and every piece of equipment at any workbench or grindstone. The combat system in Skyrim is easy to grasp, and it looks great in either first or third-person view perspective. You can choose to be a powerful warrior, a knowledgeable mage skilled in magic, or a stealthy thief who strikes from the shadows. Better yet, you can combine any amount of these skills together to be a true jack of all trades. Unlike the classic turn-based RPGs of old, the combat is in real time, but the game does retain your ability to step out a moment and use a healing potion or change a weapon or spell. During combat, you will be occasionally rewarded with a slow-motion kill cam, featuring you delivering the final blow to your foe. This is one of my most favorite features of this game. The Dragonborn's Thume, or shouts, can be used inside and out of combat. There are a wide variety of shouts ranging from super sprints, force pushes, fire breath, and limited invincibility. By the way, those aren't their real names. Magic is a great asset in Skyrim and has a large variety of uses. Destruction spells can be used offensively in combat, restoration spells can heal wounds and disease, alteration spells can create magical weapons or increase skill levels for a short while, along with many others not mentioned. If you are one who is put off by incantations and the like, there's not anything like that when using magic in this game. You can also use magic and enchantment tables to give your armor or weapons special abilities. If you are a treasure seeker, Skyrim is your game. Hidden secrets and priceless objects abound in this game, but sometimes you have to work a little to get them. Skyrim features a highly refined and responsive lockpicking system similar to the one featured in Fallout 3. Just jiggle your pick till you'll find the right pin and then turn your knife blade open to open that goodie box. There are also those objects that aren't in lock chests but are still guarded by their owners. This is where the game's thief/pickpocket system comes into play. By toggling the crouch on, you can enter sneak mode, where you can successfully borrow objects and pickpocket people when undetected. Similar to armor and weapon crafting, using the right supplies, you can create food and potions to aid you at alchemy tables and cooking stations scattered throughout Skyrim. The skill tree and leveling system in Skyrim is very self-explanatory, unlike other RPGs I've encountered in the past. 18 different skills are employed to interact with the world. Some skills are used specifically for combat, such as the weapon-based skill One-Handed and the magic-based skill Destruction. Other, more passive skills allow for the crafting of items such as through smithing or enchanting. Leveling up happens when any of these 18 skills are used to a certain point. Skills level up as well, and the player's overall level is contingent upon the levels achieved with each skill. The game also employs perks, which are skill-specific abilities. One of many perks can be chosen from each time you level up. Like many other large open-world games on current-gen consoles, Skyrim is plagued by the occasional bug or glitch, such as a chicken flying off without using his wings, or a resurrected dragon coming out with no skin. In my experience, I have even encountered a few game freezes where the console needed to be restarted. Most of these problems actually can be solved by just installing the game on your preferred console. My final rating for this game is 9.5 out of 10. Skyrim is an astounding game that truly captures the feel of the medieval time period with unique and capturing stories. Although it has the occasional problem, this is rare and should not sway anyone's opinion greatly.